Hello, my name is Safari Agaba. I'm an engineer, 10-year engineer in North America, Canada, USA, and I'm a professor. I'm also one of the founders and CEOs of Saftec Canada College, which is online college. We do have students all over the world, like Africa, Asia, North America, everywhere. So we do have classes going on about AI, cloud computing, like AI for business, cloud computing, validation, cybersecurity, project management, and IT project management. We put those skills together because those are the skills required on the markets today. When you go, especially people in North America and Canada and USA, most of the people don't have jobs. And the reason why they don't have jobs, it's not because jobs are not there. Jobs are there, but unfortunately, people don't have the skills to get into those jobs. This is our logo, and again, this is Safety Canada College. This is Safari Agaba. I'm your instructor today, and I'm going to be training you practical hands-on skill sets. So we are talking about the resumes today. I hope you all have the resumes ready, right?
Yes,
The
we
final
do.
copy.
Yes, we do.
Asaf, you do have your final copy as well, right?
Not yet.
Well, that's our point. Can you get it? Because we want to be practical. We don't want to study things and leave them in the class, in the books. We want to apply them right there and then. You understand the difference? This is what
Yeah,
South Canada College stands for. We teach you things and you do them right away. And you go in the market and you start hunting.
yeah, you have the idea, but I thought you are going to help me direct me on how I can add there the experience where I worked and
I
just
thought we
add there,
covered. I
to
thought
add
we
there
covered that.
the Canadian experience. No, I didn't know what to add there, like in terms of Canadian institutions.
But then the Canadian, you have Saftek Canada, where you've worked 3 years, and you have Saftek SGS Corporation, the same to Aria. Your resume looks the same. Why? Because you're attending this boot camp, and this boot camp is going to take between 1 and 3 months, which should give you enough essentials required on a market for somebody who had worked there for more than 6 years. So I'm taking all my time experience and I'm putting it into a small piece so that you guys can just digest what is necessary on the market. Then more details you're gonna learn them when you're actually in a production environment. So Aria, did you learn how we change the resume? So you're gonna go to Aria, you're gonna show Asaf how to do that part. I don't want to go back there because we are supposed to we keep dragging each other. We were together here. Aria, she went back, she worked. Aria, could you share your resume? See the
Yeah,
resume
sure.
how it is, then you
Yeah.
see how good it looks. Because now we are trying to find how can we present ourselves to the global market. How can you be among the people who can be selected? And the cheat code is what is required on the market. We see what's required on the market, then we study that, we go back there and say, this is what you want, and we have it. And if they say you don't have it, in this case, they can't say you don't have the experience. Why? Because you're going to have enough knowledge and me to back you up with the referrals, with experience equals to more than 3 years, which is the knowledge you're going to be consuming within 3 months. So you're consuming essentials to get you started. So, Asaf, please do me a favor, learn from this. We're just going to see how we can we are trying to reach out to the big competition in the market. There are
Yeah,
so many people there who are ready to say no to you. But now the cheat code, we don't just consume knowledge like the way traditionally we do it, like where people go to school, they study for years and years, and you're consuming the knowledge that your father consumed, and he doesn't do it, that he never got the job, and he never got the chance even to try the thing he studied at school. Because by the time they graduate, they are completely irrelevant to the market. And that's a big challenge because when you're irrelevant to the market, everybody's going to look at your resume and they're going to be like, no. So That's why we're here. We need to see how can we align ourselves with the market fast. So share the resume again.
We'll be having at least a draft tomorrow. Maybe the one we can make final.
Yeah. So let's Aria, we're gonna go through Arias right now for how many minutes? Let me see if I have it here. Maybe I can open it faster. So now, okay, go up all the way up, Aria. So how did we come up with this? It's AI and IT crowd support bilingual English and French. She's strong in English and she's a little there in French. So we combine and say we can't just focus on English, otherwise you're going to end up losing your French. But what if we can develop the two together? And that's why we combined the bilingual. And there's a huge advantage that even parents should know. When your kid if your kid can speak English and French, it's more advantageous to that kid more than the other kid who speaks only one language. So we figured her French is okay, we can just lift her up a little bit. Then we say, how do we come with the title? She had the background. Her background goes all the way back. She's more data analysis. She has worked with different departments and she has more leadership skills, but she's also more technical because she's actually just graduated at a software engineering school, which is a lineage that we're trying to create. So we are trying to make sure your background experience, and I want you to understand this well, your background experience along with your education should align well with the job that is on a high demand on the market. I'll give you an example. Let's say you graduated in writing, like Shakespeare stuff, whatever it is. If you align with that and you read books, then you can do the content creation because it aligns with that. If you are doing software development, maybe you are doing, let's say, front end like HTML, Java on a basic level, now you can actually align with Python, and then Python will give you the access to the modern and high demand opportunity to the AI, because every company right now is talking about AI. So how do you get to the AI? You have to have a strong, at least one language that you understand so well, which is at least going to be Python. There's so many other languages you can use, but Python being the best and maybe being the easiest to learn. And I think most of the class, I think, Asaf, you can tell me, how is the class with Python? Maybe you can be the witness. How is it?
Yeah, so far it's going on well. We already have the foundation to even maybe go further and we practice on our own and we discover.
Would you be kind enough to share the screen and show us something? Most of us have never seen how people do the programming in Python. Most of the people don't know how do you actually program AI to work. So would you be willing to do it now or after this one? How do you want to do it? Just share with the people, teach them something. You remember before you are worried, you are wondering if you're going to catch up with it, and you really improved so well. And I'm so impressed. So maybe you can inspire somebody out there that if you can get a few hours a day and focus, you can do better than just going to school and spending all your time and all your money studying things that you're not going to use.
Yeah, actually can do that. Just within a few days that I've been with Saftic. Okay, can I share my screen?
Sure, go ahead, please.
Hope no one is sharing.
Nobody.
I stopped mine.
Yeah, stop sharing so that I can share.
I stopped.
Okay.
Aria, how far with the classes? Have you done Python? You've been in the class, right?
In the morning I was not in the class.
So are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah, sure we do.
Yeah, actually, both Python, we looked at 3 different ways of running Python codes. You can either use command prompt, you can use Python, and you can use also Microsoft Visual Studio. So all can give you the same results. For example, maybe if I start with command prompt. For example, if I open this, And maybe I want to run a simple. Okay, first of all, here we have to change the path so that maybe the path can really point to where your file is. So using a command prompt, you can create maybe, for example, a notepad file, and you run a basic command like hello, print hello world. That's the basic Python command. Hello world. Hello world.
And for those who have the knowledge with the HTML, will be pretty much the same open and closing, like HTML open and then HTML closing, same you do with the body and stuff.
Okay, suppose we have this, and for example, we save it in documents. So, but normally for any Python file, you make sure that it has an extension of .py. So that normally extension defines or determines the nature.
By extension, he means like when you say pdf.text.
Yeah.
For UI.
So, but that will be PI.
So for Python, it has to be like this. Then we save it in my documents. So if you see here in my command prompt, this path can't lead us to where we have the file, which is in my documents. So our file is here. So this is what I initially saved without an extension of py. So it was just a mere notepad.
And you can see even when you see on the type, it says Python file. You can see how you can tell as well.
Yeah. So now, if you come here to change the path, you use this command, which is cd documents. Then now you see we've changed the path to where our file is located. So from here again, I run the command Python.
Then or the name you called it.
Then the Python, then the name of the document, no, the file.
The whole point was these are the foundations you need to understand to be able to understand how you can get into the AI. If you actually goes to the AI and you don't have that basic knowledge, then you'll never get deeper, because at the end of the day, you're going to be using somebody's platform, and that somebody is going to be able to charge you because you're going to use APIs and stuff like that. So that becomes a challenge.
I'm coming back to this. So again, when you go to Python itself, as a software, you can as well also run the command print hello world.
And the advantage of this, you see, there's hands-on. You have to fight with it. It doesn't come easy. You have to keep trying. And the one advantage that you're dealing with right now, you are trying to figure out by yourself. You don't have somebody going to run to. Now, when you have an issue at Software Canada College, then that's why I say, I need somebody who can help me on this problem. So congratulations.
Yeah, so when I do this, I have to get this result. So that's another, the second method. Even the first one, I think I can now. I think the issue was, as we realized, Python is a case-sensitive programming language. So whenever
can you print something for us?
So whenever you don't you pay attention on or you don't pay attention on the if you are using the caps lock,
the syntaxes.
Yes. So it has to come up with an error. So normally,
because it's all about mounting, pointing, and mapping. It points something then to something.
Yeah, Python is a case sensitive programming language. So whenever you use caps lock, it is.
So the huge advantage that you get to see in such a classes, you are dealing with the real issues in the real time. You are not just writing things in the books. No, you are actually dealing with what he's doing right now is what they need on the market. When you write it in the book, it's easy. Anybody can write anything. When you practice it in the lab, it's easy. You can say, I passed it. But you have to build on what you're learning, and that's how you become good at it.
Okay, so
And
now
more
you
important,
now even command prompt, I'm able to get the results.
exactly. So now you see you can print on both platforms, and that's
Yes.
very big.
This is
And
command
now,
prompt. This is Python. So I can as well run the same command on
Which
Visual.
one is easier, using the Python software or the command prompt?
Okay, let me give you. Let me also give you the third. Also, then you choose among. Because normally for my prefer using Visual Studio because okay. Sorry.
okay, guys, I see a building obsession with this, and we have to do further than this. This was just an intro. And for what you've covered in the class so far, you can build AI agents like modules, and you can train your module to do something, is it?
Yes, we can
Aria,
do.
can you do the same? You can develop a module, deploy it, and train it so it can work like ChatGPT. You can technically create ChatGPT. Can you?
For me, no. I have never seen that.
Why? You're supposed to have covered that by now because your business requires you to know this. And there's no way you can succeed in this world without AI
Yeah,
because
for
AI is
example,
faster.
okay, sorry to cut you short. For example, now just to wind up, like through our practices, you can see that here I was trying to come up with to design a super basic AI agent just with this while if and else command commands. So, like for
And
example, if you
and
look at
and
this,
Asaf, if you don't mind, could
yes,
So
you
the
tell them how intimidating can be if you don't know and how you can overcome that?
so you create this AI agent using Python?
yeah,
Ye-
Okay.
this
Okay.
is
Because that
all.
this is the best approach.
Yeah,
Okay.
so these are just practice simple codes. But if you run it using Visual Studio, for example, this one I'm saying print hello, I'm your your simple AI type by to exit. So while true user input, so input you, then lower is to make sure that every time you write maybe like
Asaf,
test.
could you
Yes.
talk about the intimidation you got in your mind the first day you saw the screen and you had to type something?
Yeah, normally when something is new to you, you look at it as if it's just magic. But with practice, you end up just understanding everything. So for example, here when we go to terminal, then we go to new terminal, then we run this small command. You see, it's going to be working as a small, just a basic AI
think
agent.
think of it as a script. I don't know.
Yes.
Now it's gonna you can ask questions, it can answer. Now you can just sit it on a platform like a website, and it's gonna become AI. And that's part of the class. We learn how to create a website with AI, how to create applications with AI, how to create AI agents, modules, integrate them into the website so that you can create AI that can help other companies online to answer questions about the services, the products, where you can make your order. You want to order something. We're going to be talking like this entry class is AI business engineer. What does the AI business engineer do? The AI business engineer, he goes there, he sees the data that is available to the people. I give you an example. Like right now in Rwanda, we know there's a lot of information in the databases around Rwanda. And this information there, they are not using it because they are allocated to one location. There is no security clearance. The security to access them is so high. But what if the government can actually create the cluster into the data in those data centers, and then we can access them and be able to use them for different services? I give you an example, like in agriculture. You could use the existing because the sensors and the sensors have been in system for so long, especially in Rwanda. So that you could be able to tell when is the right time you can do the grow like maybe beans, or you can have any data that can guide you to doing anything. It can be coffee or something. And then think of completing this class and being able to create an application with AI, a website with AI, and be able to create an AI agent or a chatbot if you want, or a module, and be able to integrate it into the website train the AI and be able so that the AI can be able to answer the questions on the website. Like if you want to book a ticket, a flight to Dubai, you say, I need a ticket to Dubai. And AI will be like, when do you want to go? It will give you the date. You give it the date and you go search for the date. You find the cheapest ticket. Say, do you want to buy this? If you say yes, you say, do you want to use, which card do you want to use? And you be able to use that AI. Now you have clients coming on the website to buy the tickets because they are much cheaper, because the way AI can search them much easier. And I can give you an example right now, which we can go through. I think next class is going to be practically about that. So that's the reason why we bring in the Python. Python is the foundation. All this time that your kids are spending at school. Aria, could you share the resume again? All this time the kids are spending at school. It's so sad, like today we still have people studying at school software engineering, like programming in Python, and you have to do 4 years, and programming in JavaScript 4 years, when you could actually sit here and just study everything and come up with an idea. Why do you have to spend that much money to school when you can actually get the skill you need to get a job? And then because somebody says that you need to bring a diploma, you don't need that diploma. You need the skills first. So how do we select AI? Why did we AI? In most cases, you find like this is supposed to be a resume called IT support, IT technician, IT specialist. But you see here, we're changing the name. We're saying AI and IT cloud support. Why? Because we're integrating the modern technologies, the cutting edge technologies we have today. Today, everybody's talking about the AI. If you have a company and your company, you're still looking for the clients and you can't think of how you can create the AI to go and look for the clients for you, then you're not going to last in the business. AI is doing everything. Then we have the cloud. Today, there's not a single company that develops softwares and sell them on CDs. Every software is sitting in a data center somewhere and is accessed online. So every service, all the engineers, all the technicians, nobody's going to bring the server for you to fix the fan is not working. Those chapters are closing. In Africa, maybe there are still these ML servers in the room blinking the whole day, consuming a lot of power, consuming a lot of space, and the latency is crazy. But here, no, everything in the cloud. So that's why we bring in this part. And you could ask the question, do I study cloud? Yes, you're gonna understand the essentials of the cloud. In the cloud, what's AWS? What's Azure? What's a machine learning module in AWS, like let's say SageMaker, SageMaker Studio. You need to know all those basics because that's where the world is going. You can't come as thinking you have a screwdriver and you expect to get a job that you're going to be replacing the monitors. Laptops are becoming way cheaper. If the laptop is broken, you just throw it in a garbage, you buy a new one. It's much cheaper. So you're not going to get so many people fixing laptops in the next 2 years. So that's why we focus on the cloud. So, and then IT, it goes back to the IT. I've been doing IT all for more than 20 years now. It still means the same, but it changes the environment. Before was on-prem where there was a server room with a lot of servers, and today is in the cloud, and the cloud is based everywhere in the cloud. So it doesn't matter where you put your data, videos, instead of having the hard drive. You remember how we used to have the hard drive? We plug them on a computer and we keep our data on the hard drive. Not anymore. The USB. Do you see USBs anymore? No, there's no USBs. Why? Because there's one drive and other drives, one box in the cloud. Why? It's much safer. Before, if you lost the laptop or the hard drive, your projects are gone, your job is gone. But today you still a laptop, or I need a computer and I can just log in and do my job. So the world is changing. And to stay ahead of this world, you have to change with it. If you don't want to change to go AI, then you might as well retire, go in a village. Because if you are still in a job industry where you expect to get paid and you don't want to know about AI, it doesn't matter where you come from, what you do. Even if you're doing almost nothing, you need to know AI. So this is the entry-level class we offer. We teach you about AI, which is you create machine learning modules, you create machine learning agents. You give them some data for the IT support, and you share those data. You make sure they actually train your agent, and the agent becomes good, and you make sure you can be able to sell it on the market. And that's the best thing. And the cloud will teach you about AWS Azure, how to deploy a VM, how to create S3 containers, how to put your data there, how to make sure all the migration, you have all these files on all these files on a hard drive, how you actually own the cloud, so you don't have to worry about losing your files. And it's much cheaper and much safer. And that's how we change. And that's how we come towards the job market, because that's where the job market is. Thanks, Aya. So that's why the job market is. The job market is understanding what's required today and learning how to use it. You can't learn how to use a typewriter. I don't know if you guys remember typewriter, and you expect to get a job after. Maybe in a museum. I don't know. Can you get a job?
No.
Like if you are a mother, a father, and you're taking your kid, and your kid is in a class, and somebody is teaching the kid that this is a butterfly, these are wings, this is abdominal, this is the antennas. They have 6 wings, and do you think you are helping your kid really to catch up, or it's the same story we see every day? The Chinese kids, they are doing something great, and the kids in Africa, they are learning how to dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad you allow your kid to go and learn about Napoleon. Why would you spend your time and your money on your kid to learn Napoleon, honestly? And they teach you how somebody came and discovered Africa, and there were people there already, and somebody is teaching you in a class, and this person is an African who is in Africa, who believed the ancestors were there, but he's teaching you that this street here was discovered by Charles, like the way you see Lake Victoria in Uganda. Like Speak came and discovered things. So it's so sad. And if we don't change our fathers, they failed to change because they were dealing with a lot of issues. There were maybe starvation. There were always education barriers. There was communication barriers. Now we are online regardless where we are. And this is a platform we can use to change Africa. We are the world, I think, failing continent when you see in relation to what's going on right now. Everybody's talking about AI, China, US, every continent is investing about AI and putting money because they know it's where the wealth is in the future. And Africa is just lost. And we're going to catch up in 20 years when they're teaching us how to use it, because we can develop something. We have the potential, we have the capacity, and we are here. I know some engineers here in Toronto and in the US, we've worked together, and they're Africans. Why can't you come together and help these people? Like the way I'm trying to help you guys the jobs. I've tried for more than 20 years in Canada. I've been looking contracts, getting one, losing another, getting a contract, doing 6 months and losing it. So I've mastered how to get a job. Why can't I help my sister and my brother? I don't do magics. I'm not telling you tomorrow morning you're going to have a job, but at least align yourself with something that makes sense. If it delays, make one step and God is going to make 99 for you. But you have a resume that you yourself, you look at it and you're a graduate, you have a bachelor's, you have a master's, and you look at a resume and you can't even hire yourself. Asaf, is it true? Aria, is it true? And everybody there.
Yeah, it's true.
Like you look at your resume like, I wouldn't hire myself.
Exactly.
And then you expect, and instead of the school you've been going to, the school you paid a lot of money, instead of at least showing you how to write a resume, how to make a resume that can put you in a market, at least maybe you can fake it until you make it. But they just let you wander as Canadian Paris, studying Christopher Columbus. Or tell me some lessons that our brothers and sisters are learning right now.
French Revolution.
French Revolution. How can the president of Africa allow Africans to study the French Revolution when the Chinese are competing with Americans on the global market within less than 30 years? How can you go to school and somebody who can barely pay his own car to school, who can own a car to drive him to school, but been teaching all the students how to make money?
you might spend like 2 years, but you end up with no project you can show, like I studied Java, this is a project I made. No, really.
So now, today we are doing this resume, and tomorrow you're going to start receiving calls, and those calls you're going to mess up. You should have a room to mess up. You can't expect to be perfect, all right? Pick up the call, you're going to be scared. The first one, the second one, the third one, you're going to hit and run. You fake it until you make it. That's how you do it. The system puts in a position. You go to school, you pay thousands of dollars, and they put on your head for the rest of your life. You go in the market, they tell you don't have experience. And once you get into the interview, even when you have a chance and opportunity to sit in an interview, they are talking about the magic. They are talking like a magician. They are talking about things you don't know, but you just came from school.
Yeah.
I give an example. How can you just come from school and you don't know like Office 365 and you are telling me you're a graduate? And you know every corporation in the whole world is using Office 365. How can you tell me you really care where you're going, what they're teaching you? So we set up, when you look at this resume can tell this person is a technical person. Does she have to go to school? We are in school right now. We are studying, because learning is consuming the knowledge that you can use in your own benefit. If you're consuming the knowledge that doesn't help you, that knowledge is useless. Is it true?
Yeah.
So I'm going to share the screen. Let me share the screen because I want to see things like in a typical form. We see a couple of things. So when we say, let's say here as an example. So let's say we said AI and IT cloud support. And when you're writing, who cares? Just in ChatGPT, use your English as easy as it is. Don't be intimidated by anything. Make a mistake, you'll be corrected, but AI is going to understand. So use your English as little as it is, okay? So it's saying AI and IT cloud support job demand on market 2025. Let's see what they tell us. Because we want to see, are we learning things that are actually useful? So let's see, what are they saying? You are tapping into two hottest areas in the tech right now. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Asaf, could you read for us?
Yeah. AI job demand. We have machine learning engineers. We have natural language processing specialists. We have computer vision engineers. AI.
But did you see what it just said? It just said this.
You're tapping into.
Yeah. You are tapping into two of the hottest areas.
This is what you should focus on to go to school. This is what you should learn how to learn before you start learning. Make a research on what you want to learn. How can you go to school and you're studying special sciences, studying Shakespeare? If you want to make money on the global market, this is how you learn. You learn what's required for you. And this is what we're teaching you. And this course is supposed, if you ask ChatGPT, let's say pay range. So don't be hyped. Don't be hyped. Remember, in this case, it's AI. But if we are saying for this IT support, let's say how it will be visionary. I think it will be this one. Let's say this is a start. But remember, this title has no AI. So which means you could land somewhere, which is not bad. Ali, are you making more than this now?
No.
So this is a good start.
Yeah, it is.
So what we are trying to do right now, we are trying to get into this roadmap.
Yeah.
We are trying to learn something that is required on the market right now, because we just searched and we are sure this is what's required, because everybody is talking about AI. And AI, I'm sure it knows better than your director at school and that teacher who is teaching you every day. Whom do you think knows better?
AI.
So guys, please, people out there, stop wasting your kids' time, waking them up so early, spending years and years at school, and you know that school is useless to your kid. you've wasted all your money, and they come, your kids, they end up coming in Europe, in Canada, USA, everywhere, and they end up being even enslaved, even when they're educated. Why? Because you wasted their time. So now you see, this is what we're trying to target. But to make it even sound better, we added the AI. And I don't think somebody will refuse to hire you because there's AI. Do you think somebody will say, no, 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 don't hire her because she has AI, even though she has everything we have? Do you think somebody will refuse to hire you because you know AI?
No, 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 no. I don't think so.
It will be an advantage, right?
Yeah.
So we are creating an advantage for you so that when these people see you on the resume, they'll see, even though we didn't know we need this guy, but we need this guy because everybody's talking about AI, but our company here, they don't know anything about AI. So we need this person to be with us so at least we can learn something. So they need you, all right?
Yes.
So as you go further, let's see. Let me see. So it tells you everything. And now we're going to create a roadmap. Your roadmap, I want you to go. You're going to start here and you're going to take it all the way to here. But remember, you could even get more paid than this if you add AI. Because now you are even more stronger. If you know this, then this is the pay. Did I make up the price? I'm not the one who made up the price, right?
Yeah.
So this is how much you get paid. And if you really want to get it, you can get this within less than 6 months. We're going to fight it until we make it. And one thing I know for sure, I know you guys are so hungry and you want to get it. So stop wasting your time consuming OSAP, all that money that will come back to you. Come put your mind on one thing and I'm sure you're going to make it. So go back to your resume. I think I have it here. You should have it somewhere. It would be much easier if I had it. Yeah, you can share your resume. I don't think I have it. Could you share it again? Share your resume, we'll go through it. So again, the point you are learning here, we are aligning ourselves with what is required on the market. So as you can see here, as you see here, operating systems, you have to know operating system like Windows 10, Office, or Windows 10 to 11, Mac. You don't have to know everything so perfectly. Just have some foundation. So even when you lie a good lie.
Yeah.
You see?
Yes.
If somebody is talking about the fridge, you say, what's a fridge? You've seen some TV shows online. Somebody say, what's a fridge? A fridge is one country in Congo, in southern Nigeria. Just say, I don't know. And then go and get to know what it is. So if you're in an interview, people will say, she doesn't know how to use the fridge, but she has seen the fridge. And that's so important for you. So you need, say, I'm learning about the fridge. I have been so intuitive about it. I've opened it. I've seen a lot of it. I'm trying to understand how to align things inside and how to make it more useful. At least somebody will align with you and say, yo, even though she doesn't know much about the fridge, but at least she knows something about it. And this is a foundation. We can start from there. And then you can say that all these you see technologies here, if you go at school, it could take you 6 months. But we're going to do this together, this professional part. We're going to do it together within those few days. And you're going to do them live. You're going to go in the interview. We're going to get some interviews, some calls. You go there. You look shy. You talk nonsense out of yourself. Then the next interview is going to be different. It's going to be different until when you get the job. And when you get the job, now you know what you want. And then you're going to start out getting. So as you can see, go down a little bit. I'm going to go through only 2. Then we shift back to the big topic. So now you can see there's a big development here. The skills I'm going to do, me as a company, I have a company which is Subtech Canada. We do technology stuff in Canada. We're based in Toronto, Airport Road. We do technology services. We are legally allowed to work in North America. And I have another company which is SGS Canada also. I can show you a little bit about it. Maybe you can see it. This is the one. This is Subtech Global Solutions, which is SGS. This is where we do the call centers. We manage the Nigeria, the South Africa, we have at Norskin. You can see this page will be for Rwanda. So we get these contracts from USA. We use SGS from Canada. We use Saptec, and then we head them to Uganda, to South Africa, to Nairobi, and to Rwanda. So depending. In Rwanda, we target the bilinguals, people who speak English and French. If your English and French is good, come at Sonatibe. We are looking for the bilinguals and the IT. I'm actually urgently looking for the bilingual IT in Rwanda at Sonatibe office. The number is there. If you have data entry skills, if you can be a good teacher, we're looking for the online tutors for French, English, IT. We teach you what to teach. So you come to us, we teach you what the client wants. Then after teaching you, we present you to the client. Then you sound like you know what you're doing. Then you run from work. Make sense?
Yeah.
So, and of course, this is what takes you where we are. We are many in Canada. We do more into the AI IT infrastructure. We started on-prem, where we started deploying the servers. If
We're
you
not able to see your screen. I think
you don't see it,
yeah, earlier stop sharing.
this is our company in US, is the SGS, the one on the resume. We normally shorten it as SGS, Saptec Global Solutions. We get the contract in USA, and then those contracts, we also get the contract, the chatbots. We get some employees to work on chatbots, just answering questions for the other people who are visiting other websites for information. We also getting a contract for some people to talk with other people who are lonely. We are getting a contract hopefully soon with through the Ontario Shared Services to people to be there. Yeah, people to be there and chat with other people so they don't commit suicide. You know what's going on with this Canada and USA with suicidal things. So we're hoping to get, then we also get the contract to do the homeworks for the kids in French. If you speak French, and when the classes closes here in Canada, they sign up. If you want your kid to study French in Canada and online, in Canada, the government pays for you. In the USA and other places, you pay for yourself. And then your kids becomes bilingual. It's very important. Bilingual is very important. Never underestimate a language. It's very important. Then this is the one we use in Canada, where we get the contracts, and we major in AI, IT infrastructure, and cloud mastery. Basically, I've been doing this most of the time. I've been doing Azure and AWS clouds, like migrating on-prem to the cloud using Azure, AWS, like AD Connect. And Asaf, I think have you started the cloud class?
Yeah, I'm working on it now.
Oh, you already, I saw you did your first test. So when I'm talking about S3, you know what I'm talking about. When I say CloudFront, CloudWatch, when I say like VCP, when I say you should know all those pieces, all right?
Yeah.
And now those little words you see, I don't think it took you more than an hour to learn those things. And now what we're going to do, we're going to take those skills and then you're going to make them look even better. And then you're going to go on the cloud, create your own cloud, play with it. It's for free for everybody. You go on the cloud, you create your cloud, you play with it. Then we give you the jobs. We give you some tasks to do, the same tasks people are doing in the production environment. How do we know? Because we got some of the contracts to do the same job. So you train with somebody who is doing the real job. And within less than 2 to 3 weeks for the training we offer, then you're doing the job as good as the other person because you're doing it every day. So this is where we do the thing. If you want to see more about, again, this is where you go. This is about me, the companies I've worked for, like Microsoft, Xerox, and where I went to school at Ryerson University. If you went to Ryerson University, hi to you. And this is the course you go through. And we're going to keep talking about this. But for now, the whole point we're targeting on the resume. Go back on the resume and we finish it. Unfortunately, today we're supposed to post the resume, but earlier you're going to show everybody in the class, including Asaf, how to update the resume. Then tomorrow we can see We can do the final review, and then I can show you how to post the resume and trigger the clients, and the clients would respond to you. And once they respond to you, they ask you, could you send us your resume? What we do in that case, we don't send them the resume, but we ask them the job description. Then we train ourselves about the job description. Then we present our resume. Then we get a chance to get an interview. And once you get the interview, you smile and do what you've been doing in the class. And trust me, you're going to be better than somebody who has been doing the job without these skills for more than 6 years. So you can see now, if Aria and all the students in the boot camp, if they pass this boot camp, they're gonna be entitled to have worked for us. Go up, Aria, go up a little bit. 2, right there. This is the big part I want. You see? Saftec, this is our company, which is in Canada, and this is the SGS Canada department where she's working for, but we also have the US part. And then, Aria, we're gonna change this one so it responds to exactly the same thing. And because companies, when they're hiring you, they do the background check on us. They're going to check the taxes. They're going to call me. They're going to ask me questions. Do you know Aria? And I'm going to recommend you. I've been training her 100 I'm an engineer for more than 15 years. And I've been training her one-on-one. And I have confidence she'll be able to do the job perfectly. And please give me a benefit of doubt. And I put my everything on her. And I'm so sure she's going to do a good job. And this is going to be working from home. You can go in Africa. If you are in Canada, in USA, and you're scared to go in Africa, but you can work from home, go to our offices. We have VPN. You tell the guy in our office, you tell them, I want to be in New York, in Michigan, in California from Africa. You're going to have the access. We should open this to our people because most of our people, they are stuck in their job. They can't go anywhere. But most of other people, they travel. They work from hotels everywhere. Why? Because they lack just a little technology to understand what's a VPN. We have cutting edge VPN. It doesn't matter where you come, which country you come from. You say, I am here, but I'm supposed to be in Hungary. I'm supposed to be in California. You're going to be in California, and all the calls and everything will be routed as supposed to be. Because we want to remove those boundaries which limit our people to have the freedom to be able to be like other people, to have the same benefits, right? So after Aria has completed the class, she will be having the certificate. We have a certificate for the entry level and the diploma on intermediate level, and the advanced diploma on experienced level. Advanced is when you're self-employed like me. On intermediate is when you're transferring from being here, from the IT support to becoming the systems administrator, infrastructure engineer, cloud engineer, technical lead. Then that would give you the skills to become self-employed. But all these skills, you can get them within 3 months if you are really focused. So when we cover you for these 2 parts and we defend you and you go in and you prove that what we said is true, then they will hire more from us. And that's what we've been doing. We say, please give us a chance to do this job. Give this person an opportunity. We are putting anything on this. If she spoils anything, ask us. We have the reason why I do this, I have an insurance. And the insurance covers us for $1 million in case you break something. Because remember, we are trying to buy a benefit of doubt from these people that we can do the job with the shortest skills we've acquired. That's if they insist. But if they like you and you're doing the job, trust me, they're going to promote you faster. And with this start, they know you're going to get bigger. So this is the big part. The 2 previous jobs we did are the most part that you need on your resume, and each part requires you to have at least 3 years experience. What does the 3 years experience? It doesn't necessarily mean how long you've been at work. It means how you've consumed how long you've consumed the knowledge and how long you've been able to utilize that knowledge for a certain organization. They don't care where have you been. They don't care about the knowledge, but how has been the knowledge beneficial to the organization you've been working for? So if I can defend you and say, for the time you've been with me, yes, I can approve that, yes, you deserve to be in that position and you have the knowledge and skills that requires to be in that position. Yes, they're going to buy that. Do you know why? Because they are desperate. They are looking for people like you. So they, in most cases, they won't even ask you the question. They want you. Do you have the Canadian American permit? Yes. Can you work tomorrow? Yes. Can you start? Start the job, show, apply the skills I've taught you, and do the job before you know you're promoted. But I don't want you to stay there, because within a period, you stay there for a couple months, maybe 6 months, 1 year, because I want them to pay your school fees. Because now when you're there, you're a good employee, you're bringing the skills, the knowledge, and you need money, you're hungry, you're working hard, and you know you're working hard because every time you're learning something new, because you know the roadmap to your career is what you want. So every time you're learning something new, you use it in that company and you look good, because not only are targeting for the promotion, but the time they give you a promotion, for you are looking for another contract which pays 3 times better. That's how you succeed in the global market. So you use these companies to give you the money, to give you the knowledge, but they're also going to get the skills and the knowledge that you are consuming to get the next job. And the next job is going to require you a lot of knowledge, which you're going to use for them for the period you're going to be at this company. So they're going to benefit. You understand? And now when they're saying, can we promote you? You say, sorry, if you need to hire me, I'm going to give you my resume. Now I have my own company. I want you to hire me as a service. And if they need you, they're going to accept that. And in most cases, they accept that because they prefer working with companies than human beings, because firing a human being is so hard. There's so many legal in the background that protects a person. But when you're firing a company, it doesn't take more than 24 hours. So they're much safer when they bring you at a company, then they graduate you into a full-time job. But when you start a full-time job, you have a provision of 3 months. Once you sign the contract after the 3 months you've been at work, they can't just fire you like that. So you understand the benefit why they want to hire you on a service basis. And when they hire on a service basis, now you are getting more money because they understand the risk. And they give you the full money, you minus the expense, you remove your food, the house you live in, the car you have, all the expense, and the money left there, you pay the taxes. But when you're a full-time employee, they take the money, your money, they remove everything they want, and then they give you the balance. And at the end of the year, they say, oh, we have some return for you, $500, and you celebrate. Why? Because that's all you know. Because everybody is not supposed to be smart. Because if everybody becomes smart, becomes a challenge. So we just need a few to be smart, all right?
Yeah.
So based on the same concept, Alia, could you spend more time? I'm going to take a walk. Could you show him how to go through this and create the same resume that is as interesting using the same logic? Then remember, eventually we're going to go submit the resume. We call it hunting. When you put a resume on like Indeed, Workforce, Monster, Evening, Job Areas, all those one, Robert Half, all those one, now they start targeting you. When they target you, now they say, oh, we want to hire you. Then you ask them, oh, could you show me the job description? Now they give you the job description of the person they want. And now you can change the resume to the person they want. As long as you can defend that person they want, they are good with it because that's you, all right? Asaf, does it make sense?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, as long as you said you can do this, you come and you do it, that's all they need. Do they care how long you've learned it?
No.
No.
Exactly. So that's what we're trying to achieve right now. So take a class, guys, and I'll join you again shortly. And maybe if you are done, you can share a resume with me. I can have a review and we can share it tomorrow. Then we make sure by tomorrow, guys, make sure you have everything. And remember, when you are posting a resume, we make sure let me repeat this loud. When you are posting a resume online, we're going to use our school's email so they know you have a background in Canada.
Okay.
Because now the email is
I don't
going to
have the
defend
school
you.
email.
Yeah, not your email, because your email, they can't verify you.
I don't have the school email.
So yeah, the school email, the South
I don't
Canada
have it.
College. They're gonna give it to you today. If you
Okay.
don't have the email, get the email. I think everybody had the email already in the class. And that email, when you put there, now they know in case of anything, we know we have somebody who is accountable because we say you come from us, so we know you. And that's what we call the reference.
Okay.
So we answer the questions before they ask the question. So everybody, if you join the class, if you want to practice the resume, you can teach in the class so they can learn, those who have to fresh up their resume. And remember, the target is you go from the job, you know the pay, and you learn the skills, and you practice the skills, you create a resume, you practice the resume every day, you become good, you can defend it, and you get a job. That's it. That's the formula for success. No more words. Have a good one.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Okay.